Hey, welcome back to the Comic Wellspring live drawing show, Spilled Ink, where we're spilling the ink and spilling the tea together. And I'm your host, Brandon Blocksdorf. And right now, we're on the road to IC3. We're closing in. We're like a month away. That's super insane, man. There's so much I got to plan and figure out and do and set up and inventory. Man, yeah, we're a month away, guys, from IC3. Wouldn't be the coolest conventions of the year. Super excited for it. Tables were just announced, so if you check out the Substack or check out your email, you'll see that Matt has sent out the table locations, which is super exciting. I'm so hyped. The Apollo City Comics is going to have a table. A lot of the crew is going to be there. And when you look at this setup, it is huge. It is insane. Like rooms that weren't utilized last year are now packed with creators. And that's why we have these creators here joining us. But first, we have my amazing, astonishing, wonderful co host who is back after this 2-week little vacation hiatus and traveling, Max Flowers. Hello, Max.
Woohoo! I'm so happy to be back. I love the show and I missed it a lot.
We missed you. It was dude. Honestly, like I did some cool drawings. I'm so sad that you missed them too. I like really. I'm so hyped about that Fantastic Four one. But dude, super hyped you're back. Can't wait to draw tonight. And we have our returning visitor that's going to be at IC3 hanging and slinging books. We have Jeff Lawrence.
Hey, what's up?
What up, Jeff? Super hyped that you're here. You're back. You were last with us for a Spawn episode, right?
Yeah, back in Inktober.
Yeah. Dude, it was that long ago? I thought it was in January.
Inktober, man.
It was like the start of Inktober. Jeez. I'm so happy you're back. Dude, that Spawn was sick, too.
You guys killed it with that Spawn, too. That was awesome.
I'm super hyped to tell you about the Spawn project that I'm working on right now. It's super cool. You're gonna love it. But we also have another guest with us right now. You'll see a really cool spotlight with him coming out in just a couple weeks. We have Brendan Albetsky. Sorry, I stumbled your name because the Brendan
close enough. You got it on the second try, which is better than a lot of people do. So,
and my mouth, like saying Brandon instead of Brandon, like it throws me off a little bit. So my brain like reprograms. But
being name neighbors is difficult. So I appreciate your attention to detail on that one.
I was so focused on that. I got to your last name, and I was like, "Dang, this takes some thought too." I'm gonna put some lo-fi on because we do that while we hang. Because at a certain point, we all just get super quiet because we're super focused. That's why we love having 20 guests with us most nights. But gentlemen, I'm super hyped. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We chose a Conan theme because our surprise upcoming guest. I guess it's not a surprise if you saw the post. You'll know he's coming on. But Adam Lema is about to jump on right now. He's just getting off of work on the West Coast. So he'll be here in just a moment. But Jeff actually suggested to throw some Conan down. So Jeff, what was your Conan inspiration for tonight's theme?
I don't know. I chose it because you said that it was going to be Adam and I and Brandon as well. And I don't know. It fits perfectly with what Adam does with his Relic Hunter stuff. And I don't know. Yeah. For the inspiration for mine, I don't know. Whatever. I want to do a cool action shot because I'm trying to get better at getting motion and energy in my work instead of just having everything be so static all the time. So that's what I'm really shooting for is the energy this time around.
We'll see. Oh yeah, dude, that's super dope. Yeah, Adam's Relic Hunter stuff is very classic, Conan inspiration. Super cool. One of my favorite things too. I've been waiting for someone. We were saying this right before the show started. I've been waiting for someone to suggest Conan because anatomy-wise, it's really fun and interesting, and you have to like kind of know what you're doing there. There's so many cool things you could do, which actually made me kind of stumped on what to draw tonight. I was like, it's an adventure thing. I could make up monsters. I could, do weird haunted stuff. Like, I couldn't decide what to do, so I just chose tentacle-y things. But sick. And Brandon, cool. Right? It always works. Like you just throw some tentacles. Like you can figure it out into something. Batman and tentacles works. Spider-Man tentacles works. Like X-Men and everything works with tentacles. You can't, it's a universal go-to. Brandon, you're saying that a lot of your stuff is like Conan inspired too.
Yeah, I cheated. I'm drawing Marukiru, who's my the hero of my creator-owned series, Marukiru Destroy the Moon, which is largely inspired by Conan. So that's why I'm going in that direction. And I actually I tweaked a character that's going to be appearing in the comic. This dude up here, and I turned him into a more monstrous character who is half snake. Going through Conan 90% of the time is either fighting gorillas or snakes. So I made kind of a gorilla snake and figured we'd go with that.
Dude, that's super cool. That is so hype. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your series?
Sure. I got 2 volumes now. I just started working on the 3rd. You can read it online on Global Comics, Comic Fury, and it's on Namikami now too, which is cool. But I got the first 2 volumes in print. I'll have both of them with me at IC3, at Table C3. So I'm looking forward to being able to bring that to more people. But yeah, it's largely Conan inspired. The comic is called Marukiru Destroy the Moon, and that's exactly what it's about. Marukiru is a barbarian warrior. Her main purpose in life is to blow up the moon for purposes of revenge. So you've got the who and you've got the what. You want the why, you got to read the comic. But that's kind of what's going on there. It's a lot of fun. It's very bombastic. It's very colorful. It's very action-packed. I do a lot of 2-page spreads. I do a lot of really it's cartoony, but it's still a pretty intense, like gore and blood splashes and stuff like that. People getting their heads cut off, people getting cut in half, monsters getting cut in half. So if you're into that kind of thing, it's definitely going to be up your alley.
Nice, dude, that's so fun. That's like 100% up all of our alleys. I feel like
I certainly hope so. People seem to really like it, which I definitely appreciate.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm Conan in general is such like a legendary character. I realized it after I like really got invested into this one. But I don't know if you guys have seen the Weird Al movie UHF, but I should have done Conan the Librarian.
Conan the Librarian.
That would have been yes. Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System? Fucking slashes them in half.
All-time classic.
The UHF is too good, honestly. The movie Weird, the Weird Al movie is also amazing as well. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
I haven't.
Super ridiculous. Oh, worth
it. Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna bring it to IC3 and we're just gonna all hang out and watch it. That's what. Forget the thing to draw. We're all just gonna have a screening of Weird.
Forget comics. We're watching the Weird Al movie.
We should all just draw Weird Al for IC3 as we watch it. That's what we'll do. Make it a. There's so much versatility you can do with that too. There's endless amounts of Weird Al.
There's so much different Al out there, you can do anything you want. Pick your genre of Al.
Yeah. Honestly. Oh, I love it. Oh, it looks like we got Adam in right now. I'll give him a second to set up his stuff and get a little cozy before we bring him into the chat and start questioning him about Conan. Max, are you a Conan fan? Have you ever been into the comics or the movies or anything?
Not really, man. I'm a Frazetta fan, but
that's
about
it.
Yeah. And I'm a fan of medieval stuff and like Vikings and like barbarians and that shit. But never really consumed any of the Conan media at all, really.
I'm always trying to dive more into it. That's kind of the answer I figured from you too. So that's cool. Super hype. I'm hyped that you're going to be drawing him. I feel like you could do some really cool Conan stuff, to be honest. Just going to jot this down. But let me see. Adam, are you? If you're ready, give me a thumbs up. Nice. We have Adam Lemna joining the chat. Hello, sir.
Hey guys, how are ya?
Good. How are you?
Good. Cannot complain.
You were a pivotal person to or reason why we chose tonight's theme.
Man, I love it.
Relic Hunter. How's everything going with the new issue. I know it's
well, I'll
like
show
getting
you.
worked on, or we have some progress with it.
So we got some pages up to be inked right
Ooh.
now. The next 3 pages. That is pages 17, 18, and 19 of 31. So we are very close here now.
Sick, dude.
Everything's
That's super
penciled,
exciting.
so it's just inking from here on out. The backup stories are
Nice.
done. The pinups are ready. We're getting there, man.
Oh, I'd love to hear that, dude. That's super hype. Have you
Yeah, it
met
is.
our other guests here? I know you know Max from our previous hangs.
Yeah, but no. I've never done a live drawing with them and have not met them. I'm super stoked, man.
Oh, sweet. So yeah, lots of new introductions here. You're not going to be at IC3 this year, are you?
Oh, I will be. Yeah, I'll be
Oh,
there.
you will be. Okay,
Yep.
that's why. Of course, that's why I chose you. I just realized I didn't see. I didn't for some reason I thought you weren't going to come. Where are you?
No,
based
I'll
out
be
of
there.
again. Are you California?
I am LA, man.
Oh, okay, so you're traveling then.
I am. It's gonna be It's a little nerve-wracking. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Yeah, it is a hike. We have a couple comments real fast. William Ibanez says Conan, sup everybody. Nate Price, hey Nate, hey gang. And then we have Man the
Nice.
Legend 23, Jeff Pog. But dude, okay, sweet. I'm so hyped that you all get to meet in person, and I'm super excited to see you again, Adam. So IC3 is gonna be great this year. It's gonna be overwhelmingly great, I feel.
Definitely agree. Definitely. Agree.
I feel like more of us know each other than ever before, and it's just gonna like seem like a lot of friends just like hanging out and trying to talk and table and everything at the same time.
It's gonna be great.
All the people tabling-
Adam, you're right across the aisle from me, so that's gonna be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, man, it's gonna be dope, dude.
Good hangs all weekend.
Without a doubt. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I was glancing. It's crazy. There's so many rooms on this one that are going to be utilized, and I think it's going to be way easier to navigate than last year. Were you there last year, Adam? Is that what I was?
No,
thinking?
I was not. I couldn't make it last year.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Then, yeah. Even then, there's a couple people I've had done interviews with, and I was like, I was talking to them, and they're like, "Yeah, we met at IC3 last year," and I was like, "We did?" And like, I'm so sorry, I don't recall. It was just so overwhelming, and I was just excited to see some people. You know what I mean? Like in the sense of I knew a few, but now I keep bringing people on the show for it, and I know so many people that we've drawn for.
Oh yeah,
for
man.
2 hours and doing stuff.
It's gonna be a lot
And the
of
Cosmic
fun. I
Buying
think.
Room. I can't wait to see Eli and Rick and.
Oh, I know, man. It's always a good time, dude. It really is. There's no doubt about that.
I feel like I see Rick Lopez more than anybody too, which is interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I bumped into him. Like he was at SPX, and I think almost every convention I did last year, he was at too.
He is definitely making the rounds, man. There's no doubt.
How's everything with you? Were you affected by like the fires or anything? I didn't even.
The fires, no, thank goodness. We were far enough out of the way where we're at in Santa Clarita that we were not thankfully affected by the fires. And then the one in Castaic, which is real close to us, we were very lucky not to be affected either. So
cool.
All of that was we were very grateful. I know many people who have been affected, and it's awful, man. It's just terrible.
Yeah, it's rough. It's insane what's been, and so many creators I've been talking to, or they've gotten real lucky, or just what you have to deal with that hassle is traumatizing, man. Like packing up at night so stuff doesn't get stolen, and then being ready to go at any point. It's not ideal for anybody. So I'm glad you guys are good. I'm super happy for you guys.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
But all the Cosmic Lion people. So many of you guys are in California in that direction. Chris Anderson and
Totally, dude.
Eli and
Totally.
But it's going to be cool. You guys really travel for some cons. Do you have any other conventions coming up this year?
Yeah. So I can talk about I've got if you're in California, I've got Permanent Damage on April 6th at the the Permanent Damage Roadhouse here in LA. And that's like a huge underground show. So if you're in LA, you should definitely come out. Tom Neely, Johnny Ryan, Simon Hanselman, Harry Nordlinger, lots of people, big time underground, going to be a lot of fun. And of course, run by Keenan Marshall Keller.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. So it's going to be really cool. And then Heroes in June. I just got my invoice for my table. So I'm super stoked, dude.
You might see me there. You might see me there.
Right. I love hearing it.
It's tentative because I might be a buddy of mine goes every year, and this year he tried to get 2 tables, and if he managed it, one of them's mine. So we'll see.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Sick.
I hope it works out. I really do.
It's super dope. I don't know if I'm doing Heroes this year. Jeff and I went through Heroes last year, and it was fun. I had so much fun at Heroes. I just didn't like so many books at Heroes. So
that was the problem last year.
There was a moment Jeff and I were just like super fucking defeated, dude. Like we were just like, man, I'm having a blast. I'm super glad we're doing this together, and this is great. But man, I wish we could sell some books. Like we did our like bundle thing, everything we do, nothing was hitting with people.
Oh man,
and
I know the feeling.
Home Slice, Simon Bisley, we had talked to him earlier because we gave him a comic, and then he saw us just like standing there, and then he came up to us as he was leaving, and he was just like, "You're doing badass motherfuckers," and he fist bumped us, and then me and Jeff were like, "All right, we can fucking do this, dude. We got this." Like Simon gave us the fist bump.
I love it. Yeah,
dude,
made everything better.
Really
did
did,
dude. That's awesome, man. Super, super cool. Bisley's great, dude. He actually did the pull quote for my book. So if you pick up the new copy of Relic Hunter, you will see it with the Bisley pull quote, which he gave me at Rose City, which is, "It's totally off the fucking rails, makes me feel like I'm on mushrooms." I was
dude,
like,
awesome.
yeah, that's a great
Good quote.
fucking quote, man.
Makes me want to
Dude,
read it.
that's amazing. Yeah, I got to get a copy. I didn't pick one up at Heroes, so I need one for sure.
It's actually the backup story in Marakuru Volume 2 is her accidentally dosing herself on mushrooms.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yes, so I'll definitely put one aside for you, man, for sure. But or you can go and order it, and of course I'll sign it for you there.
Hell yeah, yeah.
That is what I'm talking about. That's like one of the biggest reasons to for me personally to go to shows like this is like you can meet the people and make them sign your book.
Yeah.
Exactly, dude. Me too.
Best part.
Shit. I mean, I may make comics now, but I'm a fan, dude. That's where I'm from. That's what I love.
Brandon, what shows do you got coming up this year?
Not so super many. I'm not as much of a road guy as a lot of people. I'm trying to do more though. So I got IC3 is going to be March. And then I'm doing some local Connecticut stuff. CliffCon in Bristol, Connecticut on April 18th. And then fingers crossed, Heroes Con in June. We'll see. That'll be my first like big road trip. Me driving to North Carolina. So we'll see how that goes. and then Terrificon I'm doing this year in August. Cool. So those are my definites, and I'm like keeping an eye out for smaller local stuff. Trying to juice that Connecticut scene, you know?
Yeah, no, honestly, there's a crazy amount of stuff that goes on around there, which is pretty insane. I found myself driving up there more and more now. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, that's super cool. I want to try to do Terrificon. I tried to do it last year. I think it just didn't work out with that timing. But it seems like such a good.
It's a hell of a show. It really is. If you it's in a casino for one thing, which is really cool. But they get great guests. They get a lot of awesome comics guests. Scotty Young was there this year. That was really cool. I met half the cast of Deep Space Nine while I was there.
Oh, that's sick.
That was really. I gave a copy of my book to Nana Visitor, and I got a signed picture of her that I just put back into storage. Actually, it was on the wall for a while. I'm quite a Trekkie, so.
Oh, that's cool. I always tried to get into Star Trek. It's funny because my dog's name was Spock. And so everyone thought I was a Trekkie, but like I was just like, no, he just has really cool ears. Like, but I need to watch more Star Trek. There's so much that comes out of it.
You know, my favorites are definitely like Next Generation from like season 3 onward, when they really hit their stride there. Deep Space Nine is pretty much gold throughout. Voyager has its moments. It's not my favorite, but it's pretty good. And then Enterprise is actually also pretty good. I feel like it didn't get its due at the time. It's a fairly enjoyable show. I'm not really a New Trek fan. I'm not going to take a lot of time to shit on it because that's just not who I am. But I'm not a huge fan of it.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of mixed stuff about the new things. Apparently,
I mean, I'll still watch it, but
yeah, you should give it a chance as a fan. Yeah.
You're
just like, you guys almost did it. But maybe next time. Need some better writers or something. Sometimes the lore just doesn't hit the same spot.
Yeah.
Oh wait, John Burkett, the drawings are looking stellar. Hey, thanks for tuning in, John. Dude, I still got to send you the picture of that feral star. Still haven't done that. I'm so sorry. I get off for this call and I'm usually just like done for the day. Which also, Max, just side note, I'm not going to make it to that meeting tonight.
Okay.
You're going to represent Apollo.
Yeah, I got you.
If anyone has any questions, they could shoot me a message.
Cool.
Cool. Thank you. But also, I'm really excited because IC3, the Blue Line paper that you guys see me using every week, we're going to be giving samples to the tables. So you guys would get a few sheets to check it out. We have it priced for 24 sheets for $24.99 right now. So we're just trying to help creators save some money on their traditional paper usage because we noticed like prices were skyrocketing for that stuff over the past couple months, especially over the holidays. They looked really expensive. So
I tell you, I haven't really drawn traditional in probably 10 years, but I am looking forward to those samples.
Nice. Yeah, dude. Sometimes it's just good stuff to play with too. You know? I have a blast with it. I keep on wanting to like personally send stuff out, but the only thing about 11 by 17s is that they're so hard to like package and ship.
Yep. I do the 11 by 17 posters with Milo, my partner, and shipping those posters is always a pain in the butt.
Mm-hmm. I've gotten to the point where I only sell them at live shows, and if people want to buy prints from me on the internet, they can go to my imprint store. You know, it's like it's just so difficult. It's so expensive to ship stuff now too.
Oh yeah, dude, it's such a battle. I wonder if I should put something cool in here. Yeah, shipping. I mean, I have some Apollo orders I got to ship out. We have a book called Hyperforce by Adam Matthew Smith that does really well. That guy's always killing it. And so, like, he just had a show, so a couple copies just got sold. And I'm like, man, I hate the part I hate having to package and like ship out books. I need a smoother, easier process for it.
I actually love doing the like fulfillment shipment stuff.
It's very satisfying in a tactile way.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, fulfillment, I feel like I mentally prepare myself when I make it fun. It's when I love getting orders in, but then I hate being like, man, I gotta break out some boxes. And
There's definitely that feeling when you get an order where it's like, wow, that's really great. But do you think you could maybe get like 15 or 20 of your friends to also buy one at the same time?
yes. I also found out like I inconveniently stacked the box with all my mailers like in the corner of my closet, and I have to like work my way to it. It was just really demotivating once I got around to like trying to do it. I was like, damn, so much work. Comic book mailers are something that I always like have to consider too. I always save them from other packages and I recycle them. But like when you're out of the recycled ones and you have to buy comic book mailers, it tripped me out. I was like, I've never really realized I had to come up with these. I've had like 200 lying around my house for years.
So I said I busted out the Frazetta book today for inspiration, and I noticed something I feel like I've noticed before, but it always slips my mind. The painstaking lengths that good old Frank would go to avoid painting hands and feet.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. He hated doing it.
I know. It surprises me so much because he has such a mastery of anatomy, and then just clearly just did not feel like fucking with it today. Like I'm just not doing it.
So I heard this thing about Franzetta where he said that he never used references or models because it would strip away the creativity.
That's bullshit, dude.
I don't know if I've actually heard that
tripped me
quote
out.
before. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's bullshit though, because they found reference photos that he's taken.
Okay,
So-
cool. I swear I've heard that from him. Like I was really into like fire and ice at one point, so I was doing all this research, and that quote just like baffled me. Like,
There's a strong chance that he was fronting. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember what I was reading, but I was reading something where it was like, yeah, I think it was a blog or something like that, where they revealed that, of course, that was not the case. That's a myth.
oh, okay, nice, cool. That's good to hear.
That is such a moment of being like, yes, I understand that you're a legend, but you're also wrong.
It's pouring rain
Iron
here
Ice.
today. Oh my
Oh,
god.
is it?
Which it never rains in LA, so oh my god.
Hello.
Whew, crazy.
My umbrella got out of control and I couldn't go take a shower.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry to hijack the conversation there, guys.
That was hilarious. I want to put some blood splatter on all this. Figure that out. Yeah, I'm almost done with my pencils. I'm super hyped to get to the inks. Jeff, you're killing it on that one.
I'm moving way too fast.
Man the Legend 23 says, Jeff, you should totally draw for local band merch, dude. It would be sick. Oh wow, yeah, dude. Yeah, honestly.
Tell them to ask me to draw stuff for them, and I will gladly do it because they're all my friends anyways. So
Dude, yeah, Jeff is a ideal hardcore like metal like artist to use for that type of stuff, to be honest. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your book real fast, Jeff, while we're speaking about that?
oh yeah, Skin of My Teeth. It's a Lovecraft-inspired cult horror comic. Very retro. Do a lot of the screen tone red colors with that. Make it look like the EC comics from like the 50s, which I'm a big fan of. It's all about a detective who his partner gets kidnapped and then he gets dragged into a cult and there's human sacrifice and all that fun stuff while the cult is trying to raise elder gods.
Fuck yeah. So cool. I love that stuff.
I wasn't able to get the entire print run done for IC3, but I'll have the third issue of that in a preview edition for IC3, which basically once we're done
Sick.
here, I'm submitting that order through Comics Wellspring. So
Sounds fucking sick, dude. Really,
Thanks,
really
man.
cool. Yeah, man.
I love how hyped
I'm still-
Adam just got. That was the coolest thing.
Yeah.
That's my
Oh.
that's dude, I'm like I said, as much a fan as I am a creator, you know?
Yeah, no,
Well, that's
honestly,
me,
yeah.
man. I've been going to conventions since I was like 11 years old. So this is just being able to be behind a table is kind of, I don't know. I would be there anyways. You know, it's just an extra bonus to be able to sell my own books there.
Exactly, dude. Exactly.
Just
I think that's what trips me out the most is like tabling now, like being at that point where I'm tabling. And this year is going to be the first year, like Apollo's going to table solo. I kind of split booths with people, or like bump something off of someone, or just like invade a booth. Or I've been like CWS and I'm like dueling, you know, everything. So it's going to be cool because this year I'm doing IC3. I'm doing an event at my comic book shop right before IC3, and then we're doing IC3, and then we're doing Brooklyn Independent Showcase in April. And then we might just do, as of now, I just have something lined up, possibly here in Winchester, Art Festival in September, but kind of keeping it low on tabling this year, mostly because of money. I'm trying to get a bunch of books printed, so I'm stocking up on stuff this year and trying to write.
yeah. Last year got expensive. I'm definitely not gonna hit it quite as hard this year, but that just means that 2026 is gonna go crazy.
Yeah, that's the plan. I think I'm gonna do an every other year type of hit to kind of alternate finances and, you know, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So aside from all the Mario Kira stuff that I'll have at IC3, I'm going to have free. I don't know if it's going to be free. I think it's going to be free. I'm going to say it's going to be free. Preview of a new comic that I'm doing with John Escobolis. That is a very fantasy Conan centric kind of story. So you should stop by and see me at table C3, and I'll give you a free preview. But I've done 10 pages for it. I just did the cover yesterday. I know I drew it myself, but dude, it slaps. It's awesome.
It's sick. I can't wait to see that, dude.
It's called The Royal. Actually, I'll real quick bring up the cover. You can see it on my screen. But yeah, I just did that yesterday. So that's
put a
going to be
spotlight on you. Wait up 1 second. Let me figure.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. That's what I want. But this. There we go.
So yeah, come see me at IC3 and grab a preview of that.
Dude, that's sick.
Because it's gonna be awesome.
Cool. I like that coloring at the bottom a lot too.
Oh, thank you.
I'm trying to figure out the best layout for right now. There we go. Real quick, John Burkett said Franzetta loved to self-mythologize arts and sports. He's still the greatest though. Yeah, hands down. Hands down. Dude, yeah, Apollo's gonna have a whole bunch of stuff. For one, we're gonna have CWS is gonna have the blue line paper, and we'll have a booth there to just give some insight. Our boy Jacob's gonna be running that. I'll probably be getting footage and just recording a bunch of stuff of the con and everything. And Apollo has, man, we're gonna have a little stoner thing going on because we have a stoner anthology that's in tandem with a music anthology that's in a Kickstarter that week. So it's two books for one Kickstarter that's only a week long, and one is the stoner book, the one hitters. And so everyone who goes to the tables, because everyone who's in that anthology is at IC3. Rick Lopez, Evan McGuire, Ben Collins, and Eric Allred, Outer Space Boys, and me and Javi Martinez. So you go to all of our tables and you're going to get like a lighter, or it's like a snack, or you can get these stickers and whatnot, these like cards. And on the back of it's a QR code where you get that creator's story, like to a link to it. But if you get all of the items and then take them to the Apollo table, we give you this little like baggie, and it's gonna have a preview of the stoner anthology. and all this cool stuff. So we'll have that. And Apollo's promoting this foil poster. It's gonna have like this violet foil on it, but it's for Weed Wizard and the High Adventures of Weed Wizard and Bong Boy. So I'm super excited that that's finally coming out. And then the broadcast dialogues, my sci-fi story with Jeremy John Hansen and Bob Little, and Max does the letters for that. This Comic Kills Fascists, which is a new anthology we put together at the start of this year.
Oh, I saw that. That looks good.
It.
I saw
thanks,
you talking about that on Blue Sky. Or was it Blue Sky? I don't even remember.
It could have been anything, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Blue Sky's really the only place I am anymore, so I know you tried to put together this chat and Instagram, and I just didn't show up.
No, I'm glad we were communicating by email. Like, it just made things easier too. I was just like, at least I could contact this guy. That's great. Yeah. I need to adapt more into Blue Sky. I really haven't yet, but it's on. We were just talking about it the other night in one of our meetings, so
it's great.
It's on
it's
the
like
agenda.
what Twitter used to be. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I mean, I
heard that they're trying to launch like a Instagram-like app too. You know?
Yeah, I've heard people respond positively to it. I haven't checked it out myself yet, but I've heard good things.
Oh, it's already out?
I don't know if it's out, but there are definitely people who are like either in beta or doing something with it, because I've seen like previews of the interface and everything.
Oh, nice. That's kind of cool.
I don't know. I mostly am trying to get people to sign up for my newsletter these days, because that's like the only thing that I can say with any kind of reliability is going to be around for a long period of time. I don't trust nobody anymore. Like Steve Austin, DTA.
I completely agree with you, dude. I have a newsletter prepped and set up. I just gotta start it. Like, it has a name, it has a title, it has like everything. I just gotta start doing it. But it's honestly like everyone, you know, if you're a creator, I think that's going to be the way to go to really get to an audience. That's direct communication.
It's one of those things where I heard Christine Larson say it, and that's as good as gospel to me. So that's what kind of got me to take it really seriously.
That's sick. Yeah, no, I mean, I read probably, or at least glance at newsletters more than I'd like to do those more than social media.
Are you signed up for my newsletter, Brandon?
I don't know yet. I will be if I'm not.
Even it's them, see? Like all of you here, I expect.
Gonna drop a link in our Instagram chat, and that way we get on.
You know what? I'll show up to the Instagram chat to show my newsletter. I'll do that.
There you go. Yeah, dude, I'm trying to get off of all that stuff, or at least like really decrease usage on it to where I'm just like, all right, there's a post, so, like that promoted when I needed to, but
yeah, we used to live without it, you know?
Yeah, right, dude. I miss that. I hate that it's a requirement for life now, almost.
Is it?
Is it? Right? Is it though? Like, if you're trying to reach an audience and you're wasting time on trying to reach hundreds, but really all you need is what? Like, you need to get 10 new audience members a year or something to start to find success. Like, if you do that, like, if you get a new audience member a month or something, it could, in a year or two, it could funnel to you surviving off of that.
Right.
There's
That's
math,
it, man.
Yeah.
You just gotta. I mean, there's a lot to be said about, being forced to do content all the time and all that sort of thing. But yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, no, I think it is. Especially, I don't know. I think I get stuck with it because I feel like being a publisher, I need to reach more, but all I do is just get frustrated and post political crap anyway. So maybe I should just lay off of it.
It's the thing that I think is interesting, and this is even still true on Blue Sky. It was way worse on Twitter, honestly, because Twitter is honestly the worst one, where people are still saying "Oh, it's where my biggest audiences." You get nothing from it. You get nothing from it.
Right, exactly.
But even on Blue Sky, I do a poll every month on my coffee page to be vote on what kind of fan art I'm going to do this month. I do one a month, and everybody likes the poll. And maybe 5% of the people actually voted it.
Oh wow, yeah. How do you
And
like?
I ain't
using
even asking
coffee?
for money. You know, it's just like come and vote in the poll.
We were looking to switch over to coffee because we had a Patreon and we closed it down. But like, how do you enjoy that?
It'd be better if I had more traffic there. It's tough to
Yeah.
get people to go there, honestly. I see a lot of people who are very successful with it, and I wish I could crack their secrets because I would love to start doing some. Most of my money comes from doing work for hire interiors, and I would really love to transition some of that over to like a stable monthly grassroots kind of thing.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Which would allow me to spend more time working on my own comics and not just like constantly doing gig work. But not to say that I don't enjoy doing the gig work, because I do. But yeah, it would be cool if I could, you know, really lay a solid foundation for my own stuff.
Feel that. That makes sense.
As a website, it's easy to use though. You know, it's just my challenge has been getting people to go there.
And then just stay subscribed too. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
that gets rough. Yeah, it's weird being an artist in like these days where it's like, oh well, everything's expensive, and I need you to buy my comics and support me still. So, please, please do that.
Yep.
there's something I read. I wish I could remember who said it, but there was something that I read recently that I've been thinking about a lot, which is that like as an artist, literally the worst thing you can do is go on to social media and say, hey, please support me, and like people will just like ignore that out of hand, like never use the word support. I don't know how true that is because I haven't been using it and I'm still not getting a whole lot of traction. But it's an interesting thought experiment.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I think if there's just like better way, well, I mean, everything's being cut. I mean, that's all out the window now. But like, if there was ways to like support artists, like through funding or grants and whatnot, like that was easily accessible, that'd be so cool. Like, even for short-term things, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be thousands to give someone. Like $500 could go a long way for even one person, you know?
Oh yeah.
Well, there is the Make More Comics grant right
There
now.
is. Oh, there is.
And
actually.
that is,
yeah.
they are actually accepting submissions right now. And, you know, kayfabers like Eli, I believe, and Chris Anderson are judging it. And that's $1,000, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's no small. That's not small
No,
potatoes.
I ain't small potatoes. No.
It's a good amount. You're right. You're totally right. That's one of the coolest things I've heard of in a long time, dude. Like, that's,
And I don't know if it's still going on, but they do it pretty regularly. Athenium, the comic art representative, who's also going to be at IC3, they do Athenium Gives, which is the same thing. It's $1,000 grant to independent cartoonists who apply.
Nice.
And super easy application.
I love that, dude. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's super cool. That's super good to know for everybody going to IC3 to look into as well.
Something I was going to do for IC3 that I think I'm not going to do, and I'm actually kind of disappointed that I'm not going to do it, but I was going to get Pogs made.
Oh, that's sick. Dude, Pogs are making a big like splash. J Red just recently had Pogs as well. I thought it was super cool.
Maybe I should do it then. I don't know. I still got time, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, a month. I mean, depending on shipping and whatnot. Yeah, knock it out quickly. Do some blood everywhere. I don't know if I want to do blood in like white or if I want to like actually make it red. I think white blood would be cool though. What inking supplies are you guys using? Let me do a quick spotlight on everyone's stuff to like see what everyone's up to.
Oh man, I just picked up some new stuff. I found this shop near me that sells these
cool.
Japanese pens. So
sick, dude.
I just kind of blindly picked up a bunch, and I'm going to use these tonight to ink this guy.
Dude, that's dope.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's not. They're not like Kiritaki or
I have
Tombow or
no
something?
clue what they are.
Ooh,
They are
that's even
just
more fun.
yeah. So they're brush pens. I know that. Of varying thicknesses, but you know everything else is quick dry brush pen medium, flexi brush pen medium. I don't even know. I'm just going off the picture on this one, and this is another quick dry, but this one's extra fine. So
Ooh,
yeah, so we'll see. Yeah.
Those are exactly what I'm using right now too.
Oh,
sick.
really?
Yeah,
Japanese brush pens. So
Yeah.
I just opened up a
Nice.
variety
Yeah, those
pack.
are my favorites.
These are Tombow.
Oh yeah, I use the Tombos all the time. Yeah, those are great.
So slick. Thanks. I used a much smaller piece of paper this time, so it went a lot faster than the Spawn one.
I guess you have to start a second one.
I guess.
Let's see what Max is doing real fast. Ooh, Max. It looks like a big piece of paper. What size are you working with?
11 by 17.
Oh, cool. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
we'll
that's
do a
great.
big boy.
Oh man, that looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm using I don't know. It's a Pentel brush pen. It's a special edition that I got gifted for my birthday. So,
Nice.
but the tip isn't destroyed yet, so I can actually use it the way I want to use it.
Those fine lines look great, dude. That's super cool. So I was like just watching you ink like over your shoulder. And then what program are you using, Brandon?
This Clip Studio.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm around Brush Gang for life. I only use really the standard marker pen tool. I don't. I never really had a fondness for like the fancy brush tools, and I work on like 28 different layers depending on the day. I try to color code them so I don't accidentally draw on the wrong one. The reason I'm doing this on two different ones is because I am going to do a color hold on the dude in the background when I get to that point. So I want to make sure that all his assets are on a completely different layer so that I can do that when I get to the coloring stage. I don't think I'm going to color on today's show. I don't think we're going to have that much time, but I'll probably stream it on my YouTube channel doing the coloring of it. So
Sick. Dude, that's super dope. I love seeing that process. Digital, I'm trying to do more digital stuff. It's definitely a learning curve. I see like a lot of perks to it, but there's just I'm still figuring out some kinks to really make it feel comfortable.
It's different. I have gone to great lengths to mimic the traditional process, mimic the feel, I should say, of the traditional processes as much as I can. So it still feels like drawing. Because there's a lot of ways to do it, honestly, where you kind of it doesn't feel quite the same way, the act of creation. So I really go to try to maintain like the hand-drawn process as much as I possibly can.
Oh, cool. That's really rad. Yeah, sometimes you have to kind of like figure out what works best for you, and I think I just need to invest that time into it still. But we'll get there. Got plenty of time. But dude, sick stuff. I'm doing where's my thing? Got my pencils all done. I can switch this. There we go. Got my Conan slicing a tentacle in half. With some skulls at the bottom I threw down real quick. So I typically just use this Pentel brush. I love it. Just like the standard black one. Super chill. And some Tombows for some fine lining. Oh, and then you know what? We're gonna have this at IC3 as well. I drew a little mini comic, my first little mini comic. This little guy right here, Corpse Flower. And so
Nice.
I'm working on the story with her. And so I wanted to do this to promote it. Max is going to be drawing the actual book, so I was just super hyped to get this.
Dude,
this
that's
done.
so cool, man.
Thanks.
Congratulations! That's great.
awesome.
Thank you. I was super hyped about it.
I don't.
One of those
I don't want
Oh,
to.
that's fantastic.
I don't want to put Max out of work, but how come you're not drawing the book yourself?
I don't think I'm there yet. I want to give this book some cool stuff.
There's only
Be a
one
challenge.
way to get there.
Yeah,
It's so
I'm-
true,
well,
man.
I'm going to be
It's
doing
so
some
true.
backup stories. I'm going to be doing a bootleg comic with Jeremy John Hansen. It's going to be called The Daemons, and it's going to be a Spawn and Gene Simmons bootleg comic where they
Oh, sweet.
fight other demons. So you're gonna fight like
That's awesome.
Etrigan and like Bob from Jim Beaks and like Constantine and Trigon and all that type of
Yeah.
stuff. Just figure out all these demons they can fight.
You gonna mix your blood into the ink like a real OG?
Dude, that'd be so sick. I'd be so down for that.
That
I
would be the
probably
dopest
think,
shit
though,
ever. I would do that
be incredible.
in a heartbeat.
Dude, right? Yeah. Like if I was ever gonna draw, I've never drawn blood because I freak out at like needles and everything. I'm a wuss when it comes to that stuff. But I would do it for the comics. I would hands down.
Oh,
If
hell
they
yeah.
did, it'd just be for the comics. It's worth it.
Oh my god, yeah.
But yeah, we're working on that. So it's gonna be a fun little bootleg. Because when I was a kid, like I saw Spawn and I saw Gene Simmons, and so like comics and music just like made sense to me. And he wanted to do a fun story, and so I was like, oh, you know what? I have this ridiculous idea.
Isn't that the best though, man? Come on.
It is.
That's my favorite.
You kind of need those stories because, like, when I work on stuff like the broadcast dialogues or Fake Your Death or Teenage Babylon, like they're heavy stories and they're kind of intense. Like some of them, like, are even like kind of depressing and whatnot at a lot of points.
Yeah.
And so, having series like this and The High Adventures of Weed Wizard and Bong Boy, they kind of bounce me back into like the playfulness fun of comics instead of
Oh, hell yeah.
the strict storytelling I get stuck in, you know?
Oh yeah, man. Totally.
Yeah, I'm really kind of surprised that T-Mac and Gene Simmons never got together to do an actual Spawn Kiss crossover.
Dude,
Feels like that's a thing that
right?
should
Like,
already exist.
honestly, because like McFarlane was publishing, well, not publishing, but like they worked with them on like action figures. They did the Psycho Circus stuff for them when they had that comic, and it looks a lot like Spawn in general because the people that were on it were Spawn artists, Clayton Crane and people like that. Yeah, so interesting stuff. They had comics; they could have just done it, but they knew Todd. And you know Todd had to be somewhat inspired by Gene doing that makeup.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah.
But Adam, what like Conan? What about Conan or what Conan thing really got you into the character?
Well, I'll tell you, man. I was a huge fan of the movie.
Hell yeah.
Growing up, man. And then in college, I actually I did a paper on Conan, the first one, about the use of sound in the film. And I've just always been like a huge fan of sword and sorcery and fantasy and all that sort of thing. So it was kind of natural for me to gravitate towards Conan, which I did. And, when I decided that I wanted to do my own book, I kind of felt like, because I played in bands and stuff, and I was a fan of metal music and all that kind of thing, like I really thought that a sword and sorcery book would be a lot of fun to do. You can make it really psychedelic and exciting, and it really has been super duper fun, man. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's like the movie for sure is what got me into it to begin with. And then of course, I read tons and tons of stories and you know, she's comics and every other thing, man.
Are you like a Michael Moorcock fan, like of his Elric
Oh yeah,
series
for
and
sure.
stuff like
Yeah.
that? Oh, nice. Oh yeah, dude. I've been reading the like Roy Thomas, P.K. Russell comics that they did back in the
Oh
day.
yeah, man. Great
They're
stuff.
so cool. Yeah, Elric. You could tell how much Elric has like inspired like Noel and like so many characters that are super popular now. It's insane.
Oh yeah, man. And then of course, you know, I mean, P. Craig Russell sort of like helped develop, you know, a style that still carries through today. So
Yeah,
man. Big fan. Big fan.
dude, that's super cool. I never find Elric fans. It's pretty cool. Like it's super. I think it's such a like a '70s like. I think I came across Elric because of I discovered Jerry Cornelius somehow and those books. I don't know if you ever checked those Moorcock books out.
I've read those. Those are true.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. I used to do a podcast about the Invisibles. And,
hell yeah!
We didn't
That's
actually
probably
make it
why
all
I
the
got
way
into
through.
it.
Huh?
That's probably why I got into.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I'm a big Invisibles fan. Yeah.
I had to read those for background for that show. So.
Oh shit, dude! Is that podcast up somewhere?
I am not sure. I was not in charge of the hosting. It's called the King Mobcast. Like I said, we
That's a great name for it too. I love it.
It really
Yeah,
was.
dude.
We had a good head of steam going, but it was kind of a COVID casualty. We haven't got. I'm still friends with all the guys, but we haven't actually gotten together and recorded in probably like 5 years at this point. And it's a real shame. I know that people miss it, but I think that the four of us are just so busy now and into so many other different things that I don't really think it has a very good chance of coming back. But we did like 36 episodes, so we got through a fair bit of the series, but it was really in depth. And one of the things that we talked about frequently was how often Grant Morrison just straight up stole from Michael Moorcock. And Moorcock actually hated Grant Morrison. For that.
Talked like crazy shit about him. Yeah. That's probably why, Alan Moore developed that, because him and Alan Moore were buddies and whatnot too. So yeah, totally. That's insane. That's so cool. It's that moment when you guys like find friends that like, oh, you're into the same thing I'm into that no one else is into. How rad.
And here we are.
We just become best friends.
Conan. Yeah, no.
Dude, yeah, like that's what clicked it for me and Rick Lopez. Once we realized we were big Invisible fans, and we are just like, oh, that series changed your life too. Damn. Okay. Yeah, I understand you then.
I gotta actually sit down and finish the series. My job on that show was to be the guy who was going into every issue cold. So I was one of two hosts that had never read the series before and was reading it issue by issue as we progressed through it. So I actually still haven't finished it. I had to restrain myself for the good of the show.
There we go.
Oh, it's been 5 years. It's time. Yeah, time to change your life.
Yeah, no, it's definitely time.
Dude, it's just, like you just see where like, everything from the Matrix came from. Everything, every idea from the Matrix is right there. Like,
it is.
Entire movie. But yeah, Moorcock and man, yeah. I got into him because he wrote like my favorite Blue Oyster Cult song. I found out, Black Blade.
Michael Moorcock wrote that.
Yeah, off of Cultosaurus Erectus. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's one of the wildest title names ever. Cultosaurus Erectus. I love that. But yeah, he wrote the lyrics for that. It's insane. I had no idea. Shit, my brush is running out of ink. Need some bullets. I love the detail that Max and Jeff are putting in there.
I still got an hour left. I can do this. I was working on this pencil today. I'm like, is this piece too big for ink in 2 hours? And I said, I don't care. I'm gonna do it.
It's always the challenge. I love that. Max has been killing it on completing a whole piece in 2 hours. It always takes me a little bit extra off of like, outside the show.
I respect his dedication to going in like with a blank sheet of paper and being like 2 hours, I'm done.
Dude,
I
yeah.
knew that I was not able to do that today. Like, not even gonna try.
I'm a little scared of making it because I still got the whole background in this snake to do. So we'll see.
Yeah, you put some hardcore detail in it, but that looks great, dude.
Snakes
Muscle
and
definition too.
apes. Nothing but snakes and apes. I've actually how many before I like try to like adopt my big league voice. How many people have actually read all the Robert E. Howard stories?
I haven't read all of them, but I've read a good chunk. In fact, I'm listening to it on Audible, and I have like the Sumerian collection or something. I just picked it up because you suggested it this week, and I was like hyped for it. So,
Very
but I've read a
nice.
few. I've read a few, and I've read some of the comics. And I have a couple of the novels because I think they had Franzetta artwork, and I got them for like $3 each at like a library or something, or it was like $1 each at this library. And I snagged a bunch of Franzetta cover ones, but that's probably
How many snakes and apes have you come across?
dude. It's in everything. It literally
That's
there's
all
even
it is.
comics.
Snakes and apes.
Dude, the comics are filled with it too, and it trips me out. Like it doesn't matter what series you're in, you're gonna get snakes and apes within like 6 issues minimum. Big old
Let's
red
be
apes
honest
and
though,
shit.
it's a fucking blast to draw snakes
Oh.
and apes, dude.
Oh sure.
And you can draw snakes and apes pretty goddamn fast if you need to.
Yeah, they get to keep the boss face. Keep those lines.
At least snakes. You know?
Just
And then
imagining
just
the
rough in a
consults
man
on
shape
that.
for the apes.
It's like Conan's gonna fight enemies, no arms, no legs, only one eye visible at a time. This is Frank Frazetta giving notes as he sits shirtless on a tractor.
That's
Dude, hearing Adam laugh is like it's just always like Christmas. That's what it feels like.
well, thanks, man.
Otherwise, people can't even see what I'm drawing because I'm doing the very bottom of my page. Drawing those skulls. See, it's so funny. So, like, Max and I have been doing this for close to a year. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
we're above 6 months for sure. We're in that middle period. Just May, I think, is our anniversary of the show, and we've done it with people where it's just like where there's 5 people, where there's 6. We've done it with just 3 of us. We've done it with just me and Max. And no matter what, and it doesn't matter how many people are on, it gets quiet. And we're just like all like, guys, like really focus on this one moment for a second. And it's just like lo-fi in the background. And before we like started doing the lo-fi, it was just like awkward silence. You know what I mean?
Can hear your ears ringing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not until you realize like you're just like, oh man. Like, and even as a host, like I do my best, but for Spilled Ink, I feel like it's a communal thing. There's no real hosting to the show. It's just a hang. Actually, William Ibanez says the King Mobcast is still up. I would definitely check it out. I love the Invisibles. Dude,
Oh, cool.
yeah.
I'm glad it's still there. I got an email from somebody who used to listen to the show recently. They were like, when are you guys coming back? We miss you so much. And I was like, I'm very sorry to let you know that that's probably not going to happen. Because it was a great time. And there was a lot of people who were really invested in it. We would get fan mail that was like pages and pages long of people just like giving us their Invisibles like theories and whatnot. It was really cool.
That's sick. Yeah, Grant was a pivotal like writer that got me into like he really showed me to just be weird and go out there, you know, like that just it just was really like such a satisfying series to make you think and open up and do research. And I love things, especially at that point. I loved comics that made me go and do research.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, yeah, absolutely, dude. That's still one of my favorite things, you know? When something can make me go and spend time going down that rabbit hole. Yeah, man. Absolutely.
I was also now that this is out there, that this show is still exists and people might go listen to it, I will warn you ahead of time that I was also the Be Critical of Grant Morrison guy on that show.
Oh,
like,
really?
don't hate me. I was just doing my job.
I was assigned a part and I did it well, okay? Like, I'm sorry. That's so great. What are your thoughts on like Grant and like his writing and his how do you
I think that Grant is very I think there's a big ego at play. And I think that was probably my biggest issue overall, is like, boy, this guy really, really likes to hear themselves talk. And we're gonna read a whole comic series about that, you know? And I'm always like I'm such a pain in the ass skeptic when it comes to like spirituality stuff. So like all the magic things and the I'm a wizard kind of stuff kind of fell on deaf ears for me. So that's probably my like biggest like I'm gonna be super critical of Grant takes, but you know, the best thing about that show, I think, was like we really did have just like a great time reading that comic and engaging with it. So like even if it's the kind of thing where it's like even if I was the guy who had to be like, well, actually, you know, I still we had a blast doing it, so no regrets.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's funny you say that too, because I love Grant, but like he does have his flaws and imperfections, and I've done so much research on Grant Morrison. It's like, yeah, he has an ego, hands down. You know what I mean? I think rightfully so to an extent.
At that point, but yeah, some of it's deserved for sure.
But you treat someone like a rock star, they're gonna act like a rock star too. You know what I mean? Like, So, and it works for some people like Grant. It doesn't work for, like some people like Donny Cates. But you know, there's just a level there.
It's got really
Talk
shady.
about Donny Cates? I don't think we should do that.
I'm just kidding. I'm a huge Donny Cates fan. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm a huge Donny Cates fan. I pick on him like I do Tom King. And I love both. They all have my love. I've met Grant too. Grant's a super nice guy.
Did you really?
Yeah, I got real lucky. One of my first times I really got to go to a comic book convention was in 2017 or 2016. I got to go to San Diego Comic-Con. And the first night I got there, cause I got a badge for my comic book shop. Because I was doing some work for them for a little bit, and I got there Thursday night, and the first panel I saw was a heavy metal panel, and it was Donny Cates, and that's when Grant took over heavy metal at the time. Kevin Eastman was there, and it was a super cool panel, and I ran up to Grant afterwards, and I was like, hey dude, I'm a big fan, I just, thank you so much, and we got Flex Metallo signed. And I met his wife real briefly, and that was super cool. I was like, "You're his wife? That's insane!" And she was like super nice, and I took a picture with him. And then for the next 2 years, I just kept on bumping into Grant, like quite literally, like he was on the showroom floor, just like checking out booths. And then I was like checking out a booth, and then I look up and I'm like, "Oh, hey Grant, dude, shit, how are you?" And I was trying not to make a big deal because like nobody else was like around. He was like, "Hey," trying to be kind of shy about it. And I was like, "Hey, dude, if I get like a book real fast, would you mind signing it?" And he was like, yeah, go, I'll still be here. And then I got like All-Star Superman and I think it was Animal Man signed. And then I would just always keep a stash of Grant Morrison books like with me, because then I saw him at New York Comic-Con like right after that doing a heavy metal signing. And I was like, shit, dude, I have like a bunch of Grant Morrison books signed now, which is dope. And he's super sweet. Like he's super nice every time.
I've heard that about them.
Grant's like really, really personable and really approachable. If I'm realizing that if I met Grant, that they would hate me, because if I'm getting a book signed by Grant Morrison, they're signing my copy of Doom Force.
Oh, dude, I have Doom Force too. Dude,
Yeah.
yes, I would love to get that signed. Yeah,
That's actually my favorite episode of King Mobcast, is the one where we did an April Fool's episode where we reviewed Doom Force.
Oh, I can't wait to read that.
It's absolutely incredible. That comic is so stupid and so funny, and just
It's been so long
incredible.
since I've read it.
It's a perfect parody. It's like, it's never, I don't know. It's brilliant. There's nothing, I don't have a bad thing to say about it. But I feel like that's not the book that Grant wants to sign, you know?
Yeah. He was kind of weirded out by Flex Metallo, actually. And I was like, dude, this is my favorite thing you've ever done. Like, ever. This is what a comic is, I feel.
I also like Flex Mentallo a lot. That's my contribution to that conversation.
Yeah, Flex is rad.
That's the shit.
Such a good book.
Frank Whiteley's art's on it. It's just mind blowing.
Oh, Frank Whiteley, what a! It was this year when someone revealed to me that Frank Whiteley is a clever pen name.
Oh wow!
It's because he's not quite frankly, he's Frank Whiteley.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah, once you said that, I was like, oh.
It's pretty subtle.
Dude, that's
I don't
like-
know.
Dude, straight up, like, it's just like, I mean, I'm a huge Blink-182 fan since I was like in third grade, you know what I mean? And literally, I just realized what take off your pants and jacket meant like 2 weeks ago.
I only just
Talking to
figured
my
that out
girlfriend.
like last year. That was,
Dude, yeah.
I was like, oh my god, you gotta be kidding me right now. My entire
Sitting on the
life is a
couch.
lie.
Dude, yes. I was like, I thought it was just like a joke about getting naked. And my girlfriend's like, no, take off your pants and jack it. And I was like, oh, that's insane. Like,
But that's dirty.
she's like, but she's like, it makes sense. They're all puns, like Enema of the State and all this. And I was like, oh yeah, no, yeah, because they're a punny band. Yeah. No shit. Duh. Things you don't learn to your 30s, you know. So. I am not going to finish this tonight. I feel like I'm still like on the bottom half of mine.
Got 42 minutes. Lock in.
All right.
We all just get quiet for 42 minutes and just.
Say, you gotta stop joking around about all this Grant Morrison shit.
Can everybody see what I'm working on here? I don't know if everybody can see it.
You know, I could do some. Oh man, Max, that snake hit looks sick. We could. I mean, you could zoom in your camera a bit more, Adam. But I've been doing these focused ones right here.
I gotta say that is probably the thing that I was most looking forward to about this show, that I have taken the least advantage of, is looking at your screens while y'all are drawing.
I know, same, dude.
It's
Oh,
hard to
rewatch
focus sometimes.
And then you learn. You gotta rewatch the shows.
I will practice it for my next appearance. Lock
Yeah,
that in
exactly.
right now. Right? Commit to me right now.
Yeah, no, dude, for sure. Whenever people want to come on the show, I'm always down. Like, I'm always looking for guests, especially last minute. So if anyone wants to come draw,
I'll tell you, if you ever do another fantasy thing,
All right.
call me up, because
oh, dude, I
I'm
mean,
here for
decide the
that.
prompt. Like, just be like, let's do Fantasy Thursday. And I'm like, all right. But yeah, right now we're doing all these IC3 creators, so it's been like a little easier to schedule people. But as soon as IC3 is done, it's kind of free game on whoever wants to come on the show. We're always just down to draw something Thursday night.
this was a prompt and a group where I felt very understood, because I like, I don't know, maybe it was coincidence, but like I've had this experience before where I've met people and they will literally come to me and be like, I'm a fan of your work. Like, I love everything you do. And I've learned that means I saw something you drew once and I liked it. Because it's and this is a specific real thing that happened to me. And I don't think that the person who approached me on it is working in comics currently. And if you are, and this story is about you, I'm sorry. But they came to me and they opened with that, like, oh, I love everything you do. You're so cool. And like all your stuff is so great. And I love your style and like everything you do. I'm like, oh, thank you. And you're like, this, I do Mark Hero. I do fantasy stuff. I do a little bit of sci-fi, a little bit of horror, but like for the most part, this kind of like savage fantasy thing is my bread and butter. So I'm like, he's like, I'm working on a book right now, and I think you'd be perfect for it. I'm like, oh, cool. What's give me the pitch. What is it? He's like, well, it's like Captain America, but he's a football player. And I'm like, no, like respectfully, but that ain't me. That's not the guy that you want for your book. I gotta have to turn that one down. So when you called me up for this one, it's like, we're doing Conan. I'm like, oh yeah, no, they at least looked at the portfolio this time.
Sorry, I muted myself for a second. Dude, yeah, honestly, that's Captain America, but a football player. That's an interesting. That doesn't even sound fun, to be honest.
Hey, I'm sure it's somebody's bread and butter. You know, there's a lot of people out there who love doing sports books and whatever. You know, that's cool. That's your jam. People like to read sports books. People like to draw sports books. I'm all for it, but I ain't that guy.
Yeah, not for us. Yeah, I think I chose you because of that. Because I was like, I talked to someone who was down for a Conan thing, and I was like, oh, I told Brandon that he had to come on the show. Oh, hey, Eric Plaza says this is what you were born for, Brandon, drawing Conan. It's my old, it's my roommate, best friend since like, dude, we were 14 since high school.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's a dude. Are you in Iraq right now? That's insane. Thanks for tuning in. He has a cool contract job with the military. They send him everywhere. He installs like ballistic glass on like military vehicles.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's always cool. It's always just working on car stuff, basically, at work. Yeah, finding the people with the prompts is always fun because no matter what, Max and I are going to be like, it's really challenging for us some nights because of that, and that's what makes it so much fun. Is like, okay, this is what the guest wants, so we're going to adhere to the guest, and we're going to figure this out. And some nights, dude, I mean, I have drawings that I'm not like super happy with, but I'll go back to and try to touch up and try to mess with it till I like it. But like even tonight, I was a little nervous. Like, it was a challenge.
No place to hide when you're drawing Conan, man.
Yeah, right, dude.
Got to get that anatomy right, you know. Pull out that
Frank
bridge.
Frazetta did it all from imagination. He never used models. He was.
I don't, right? Yeah. Frazetta, dude.
You seen him on his tractor? Am I making that up? I got this image in my head. I saw this photo of like Frazetta ghost painting while shirtless on the back of a tractor.
You're not making that up. That's a picture.
Okay, cool. I need to make sure sometimes.
That's a real thing.
This sounds like a fever dream.
Frank Rosetta can be a fever dream at times.
Oh, I see what I was doing here. Okay, this all makes sense now. I kind of got lost in my lines for a second. Niobe Comics, word up from Niobe and Savage Sin. Hey, thanks for tuning in this week, guys. Super hyped to see y'all. I did not know one of my cats was passed out on my couch behind me. You know, the one benefit to like digital drawing, and it still messes me up sometimes, but not nearly as much, is that I'm a lefty. so it's like easier for me not to smudge everything and to like work in certain directions. Getting better to working from right to left, but you can't
That's a
like bounce.
really
I
cool
feel like I
thing.
can't bounce around.
That's a really cool thing that I never considered because I am not a lefty, but that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does. It does help me out a lot. And I try not to like. I really try to train myself when I do digital not to constantly erase. I just try to erase, like if I really need to, but I try to work with it like I am traditional.
Mm-hmm. That's a good policy. Yeah, I'm constantly at war with myself, and I draw and stream a lot and videos a lot, and I talk about it frequently as I'm doing it because it's like I will give a tip like that, like oh, you don't want to like use your undo key like too liberally. You want to like act like you're using like the kneaded eraser and going through it and doing the sketch like you would in a sketchbook. And then I like just immediately go back on everything that I just said and like do all kinds of like fancy keyboard shortcuts and shit. So yeah, it's a battle.
Yeah, that's cool though. That's cool you could do that. I didn't realize. I mean, I'm sure there's tons of cool keyboard shortcuts for stuff like that.
I do, undo, redo. I do a lot. I have one that cycles through tools, which is, I guess that's just a little bit of a time saver. I like to look like at side-by-side comparisons or like do like an A/B comparison on a couple things sometimes. So I'll duplicate layers and I'll turn one off and turn one on and see what the differences are. I never flip the canvas. That's something that people tell you. You have to flip the canvas.
Wow. I don't do that either.
I disagree with that statement. Yeah.
What do you mean, like flip the canvas? Like why?
I will literally show you. So they say that if you can flip the canvas and it looks natural from a reverse, here comes the flip, then your drawing is well proportioned and works. And actually this one is working pretty well. But
oh wow.
I never do that because I don't know. I just feel like it starts to look a little too robotic if you're paying that kind of attention to it. So
I think it really depends on the type of art you're doing, right? Like if you're like a Riot Games splash artist making like splash art for League of Legends or whatever the hell, right? And it's gonna be viewed by thousands of people millions of people really, and like stared at constantly as a loading screen and is painted and it's that one-time image. Like you probably do want to flip the canvas every once in a while just to make sure that like it's good, because they do those crazy complicated compositions and stuff. But like if you're like making a comic or doing whatever, like you probably don't need to flip the canvas.
No, I mean, you think about. I definitely agree with that. If you're like a production artist working for somebody like a Riot Games, something like that, especially when you have to work for like characters that have like really strict models, and that people will like come and complain about if you get them wrong. Yeah, definitely, that's like a quality control thing that would be important to do. But for something like, and you think about Frazetta a lot, you want to like get those kinds of like really meaty, organic kinds of shapes. And feel like you kind of getting like digging your hands into a canvas and smudging lead around with your fingers. I don't feel like being too clinical helps in a case like that. So yeah, I agree with you for sure.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's the way that works.
I don't know. I turn mine over constantly.
and then there's the other school of thought. Yeah.
Well, there's also because I have the option to undo or flip the canvas or do whatever, right? I find that I'll pick up habits where I do it almost as like a fidget, where I'll put like a line down and undo and line and undo, because I'm just thinking. It's like I'll be sitting here drawing this and then I'll flip my pencil in my hand or whatever, but it's just I've picked it up as a fidget because I'm thinking about the line that I'm putting down, or I'm like thinking about where I actually need to add stuff. So it's not an actual, like, it doesn't mean anything.
That's interesting. That's super cool.
I mean, I guess the other way to look at it too is like, it's really no wrong way to go about it. Honestly, like, do what feels natural.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned so much because, like, when I was a kid, I heard you weren't supposed to rotate your paper or do anything, and that's like the only way I was able to draw. So I kind of just stopped doing drawing stuff because I was like, I guess I'm not doing anything right. And I was like, wow, that was like the shittiest thing I ever thought ever as a kid. I could do this here. But like even now, I don't move the canvas too much. I'll probably angle it to make sure I'm doing something a certain way, but I don't think I've ever like flipped it upside down or as I'm drawing.
I
You
mean,
have to
I
be really
constantly,
specific.
I'm constantly flip reversing this thing. That's half of what I do. Is I'm just always like you're saying, fidgeting with it, just because I like to look at it from a million different angles. And
So what do you guys do to like not be distracted while you're working and drawing? Like, do you guys keep your phone away? Do you like just program yourself, or do you lock anything? Do you care if you like check your phone? Stuff like that.
That's a good question, actually, because it kind of changes on and off for me. Like sometimes I'll need to have my phone with me, so I'll have it. But like definitely it can be a distraction for sure, So I do like to have it away, but at the same time it's like I don't know. I also use my phone a lot for like pulling reference and things like that.
Yeah.
So
I feel like if you are getting distracted, you should just stop drawing, because whatever you're going to put out is like not going to be what you want,
Yeah.
Like work when you have the motivation to work, and work when you like if you need to get a job done, that's one thing, but if you're like working on your own story, like I think it's a lot better to work when you're able to lock in and like go into that flow state and have the appropriate time to do that. Because if you know you're going to be interrupted, you're just not going to be putting out your best work.
nope, you're right, man. Totally.
Yeah, no, honestly. Yeah, I use my phone a lot for like references or just like, referencing. And I think I just like, use that for like a quick break and then I jump back into it. But I try to give like a good focus period.
I have kind of like the opposite problem where when I wasn't doing this for work, this was the thing that I was goofing off doing all the time.
Nice.
And so now that it is my job, it's like I'm usually pretty focused on what's in front of me, and I usually like I'll put on like music or a TV show or something. But if I get pulled out of my lock-in, I get very upset. So like sometimes my wife will come in and like ask me a question while I'm working on something, and I'll be very snippy. I'll be like, "What? I'm working. I'm busy. Leave me alone."
I think that's normal though, man. You get into a flow state. It's hard to switch back and forth between things. Well, I mean, that's what a flow state is designed for. Like your mind sort of switches off and your body switches on. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try not to be too hard on myself about that kind of stuff, because it's like everybody goes through it, I think, for sure. Especially when this can't be your like first job.
Yeah, a lot of my drawing when I do get to do it is like in the evening. So I'll like draw while like me and my girlfriend watch TV or something. So it's like I'm able to focus, but I'm still there with something in the background. Or typically I'll have music for sure. So I think that's why I could do it.
Yeah, music or a
Um,
podcast or something. Yeah.
But right now we're watching Mad Men, and dude, I cannot draw and watch Mad Men. I get too sucked into that show.
So that's a tough one.
It's
Yeah.
just- yeah, just- I can't. We typically watch like we were watching Game of Thrones as we started Mad Men, and we just stopped watching Game of Thrones because Mad Men was just.
Have you never watched Mad Men before?
Oh, I
you ever
have.
watched
My
Mad Men
girlfriend
before?
hasn't. Yeah, I love it. It's just it's so great. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you
was like-
definitely have to put the phone down, put the drawing down, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Everything.
That's a
So
masterpiece
good.
of a show for sure.
Dude, it really is. It's like shocking, like how just every episode you're like, dude, this is getting so juicy. It's so well written. And it's like a fantasy, but then like you also like despise it at the same time. You know?
Mm.
True.
There's
Yeah.
so many wrong things, but there's so many like slightly cool things that you're just like, wow, this is I want to live then, but you really don't want to live then.
You can see how people have become enamored with that time period.
yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
for
but
sure.
it is ultimately bad. Yes.
Yeah. Um, I would not be able to last, dude. I like cigarettes kill me. I don't drink. Like I just wouldn't.
Yeah, you would have been pretty fucked, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, it could be like Duck Phillips. You'd be the only guy in the office who doesn't drink, and then you get fired because you're working
Yeah.
on your comic.
Honestly, yeah.
You love that.
For real, dude.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's interesting, like levels of TV that are like truly like fascinating, like that.
Yeah, that was what Twin Peaks was for me.
Oh,
I was not
Yeah,
getting
Same.
anything done while I was watching that. That was
you really can't, or else you won't understand. You'll understand it even less.
right. It's
You don't
already
want it
hard
any
enough.
less. I love that show so much. It is top tier. Top tier for me.
That's why I still haven't seen the third season because I know I need to focus on it 100%, and I just do.
Oh,
not have
dude,
the
you
time right now.
do. And you'll be so lost. Still, we're actually watching the third season. I hadn't seen it before either. But we're like on episode 11 or something. We're almost done with it. It's only 18 episodes. But dude, you're gonna be so lost. Like, especially if you're coming
batshit.
out of season 2. Yeah, it is a different level for sure.
I mean,
Like
I'm a
it's
big-
the first 2 seasons were confusing. In a good way, of course. Like
right. I got most of it, and didn't struggle too much once I thought about it. But I know season 3 is one where you just have to give it everything, and I cannot do that right now.
so I think it was like 2018 or 2019, I guess, when this show was premiering. At San Diego Comic-Con, I got to see the premiere of one of the episodes, and it was like episode 9 or something. Or I think it was.
Is it the one?
No,
Is it the one that everybody talks about? No spoils.
No, that's episode 8.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that was a wild experience. But yeah, it was like it was episode 9 or 11 or something. But we watched it, and I saw the premiere of it, and I hadn't even finished season 2 of Twin Peaks, and I was sitting there, and dude, once the hour passed, I was like, I could not tell you what just happened. I can't tell you how it relates to Twin Peaks at all. I can't even tell you like anything about what I just witnessed. It was the most bizarre thing. It has better context now for sure, but man, it was a trip. Just to tell you what season 3 is like. I think that's almost everything David Lynchy like.
What was
And
that?
when you raise your head. I think that's what everything David Lynch is like. Just a question mark with a weird understanding of what happened.
Yeah, I'm a big David Lynch guy, so
Expand on that. No.
what? No.
Yeah. Like like Eraserhead. I don't like Eraserhead, but I give it I like despise that movie, dude. But like the way it made me feel afterwards, I was like, dude, good job. Because I've never seen something that made me feel the way I did after watching that movie. I was just so irked and like just uncomfortable. I was so uncomfortable.
That's such a David Lynch thing where you look at it and you're like, all right, this is bullshit and I kind of hate you, but I can see that what you've done was done with artistry.
Yes, exactly. 100%, dude.
Yeah. That's the vibe for sure.
Actually, that kind of sums up my Grant Morrison opinions as well.
Oh, that also makes sense. Like, that totally makes sense. I'm gonna have to get a brush pen for all this. I went on I've read almost everything Grant Morrison has written. I feel I don't know what I haven't read, to be honest. That's how much I've done. You name it, I've probably read it. There's like a handful of things I know I haven't. Like Sebastian O, I own it, but I haven't read it. The Nameless was super cool. So was Annihilator. I don't know if you guys have read that one. That one was great.
I have not gotten to that one yet.
It's great. I got really into Final Crisis at one point. His Justice League run was like astonishing. It's like the most Batman-y Batman ever. Which actually his Batman run is my favorite Batman. Dude, Batman and Robin is literally if David Lynch directed the Batman 66 show.
Yeah, no, that's Batman and Robin is great. What does Batman of Zur-En-Arrh come from? Is that Final Crisis?
That, I mean, originally comes from a Silver.
No, I know.
Age
When Grant did it though.
Oh, Grant did it. He, no, I don't think it was a Final Crisis thing. I thought it was.
Anyways,
He got killed, and then that's his backup. You know what I mean?
Is that R.I.P. Was that?
Yeah.
I think that was R.I.P. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
I used to read a
That
lot.
was that was my favorite Batman moment of all time, where he's like in the coffin and he's talking about stuff being impossible. He's like dehydrated, your muscles are ripping, you're pushing a coffin lid, through dirt while it's raining. He's like, difficult but not impossible. And then he's like standing above the grave all out of it. And I was like, that's the coolest. Like whenever I really need to motivate myself, I just like read those 2 pages.
Difficult but not impossible.
Difficult.
Yeah, Grant stuff was. I loved his Joker, and that's why I got so excited for the Jared Leto Joker, because I was like, I know he's gonna do something wild and crazy like that, and boy, were we. Has anyone seen that second Joker movie? Speaking of the Joker?
Follow Review.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I liked it, but I
Yeah.
think you would hate it, Brandon. So
Oh, really? All right. I want to see it because Lady Gaga's in it.
I thought it was good. I think it just got review bombed. but that's just me.
What did you enjoy about it? I'm curious. Like I want to. If you have a positive outlook on it, I'd love to watch it with a positive outlook.
Yeah, I think that if you go into it understanding that Arthur is delusional, right?
Uh-huh.
And that he has these schizophrenic moments that show themselves in the movie and the way that it's filmed, and that everything is from his point of view, you know, you won't be thrown off by the fact that it's musical.
Okay,
And
that makes more sense.
And the musical moments are used to show how delusional he is.
Interesting. Okay, that's cool.
And then it's got the usual commentary on social politics and whatever. But I thought that it was a very pretty movie. I thought that it was very well done. It got some interesting stuff to say. So yeah, but it's not even remotely like a Batman Joker movie.
Yeah, neither was the first one, so I kind of assumed that would carry over in that sense. Yeah,
Right.
I thought.
All right, guys. Well, I think I'm just about done here. What do we think?
All right, Adam, let's check it out. Let's see it. Let's see it right over here. Let me do the close up. There we go. Get you up here, dude.
Hell yeah.
Pretty cool.
Dude, that's sick. I love it.
Tried to throw in a little, a lady as well. Oh,
I love
missed,
how like you had like the underwear come out. You know what I mean? That brushy effect.
Oh, thanks, man. It was one of these new brush pens, dude. You know?
Dude, it's so much fun figuring that out. The hair looks great too.
Oh, thanks, man. Really appreciate it.
Hell yeah. Dude, love it. Adam, you want to just do some quick shout outs before you
Yeah. My book is soliciting right now. We all know the state of Diamond isn't amazing, but you can still go down to any shops that still have an account with Diamond and order the first issue of Relic Hunter. You can also order it through CosmicLionProductions.com. You can also hit me up on my social media. That's Instagram, Adam Lemna, Twitter, Adam Lemna, Blue Sky, Adam Lemna, Facebook, Adam Lemna. You name it, that's me. And, if you just hit me up, I'll send you a copy. My all of my commissions are through Cosmic Lion, so all the prices for all that stuff are on there. And the second issue of Relic Hunters should be coming in the next couple of months. I would love to have a preview at IC3. I may just make a little zine or something. I'm not 100% sure yet, but there will be some the second issue will make some sort of splash there. So
nice, dude.
Yeah.
Super hyped to see you there, dude. I'm so excited to see you again. It's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, man. I'm super stoked. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thanks for hanging tonight, man. I always appreciate talking to you.
Oh, same, guys. Everybody, it was really great hanging out, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks,
Later,
dude.
man.
Later.
Have a good
Great
one.
meeting you. Take care.
Yeah, take care.
Sweet. We got a solid 15 minutes left. There we go. Nice.
Oh, can I do it?
Lock in.
Got it. You got it.
Oh, Max, that's coming out great. That's so sick. See, this is where the lo-fi really kicks in. You know what I mean? Like, keeps the gears going.
I There's a. I'm having trouble forming thoughts. The old episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Hand Banana.
Yeah,
My favorite line from that show is and I still say it all the time to this day when it's time to focus on something, is Carl just going, "All right, enough talking with the dogs here."
Goddamn. That's one of my favorite episodes. Tonight, you. Ham banana. No, ham banana, no! Dude, Aqua Team, the dancing episode is one of like the greatest things of television ever.
Is that the same one with Geddy Lee's jet? Looks
No.
like an owl descending from the moon.
Oh no, that's so good though. Oh man. There's also that outrageous one, the Dickisode. Did you ever see the
Oh,
Dickisode?
sure.
I know. Yeah.
They're professional dick
That,
hunters.
that
They crave dick.
if you try to watch it now, it's all censored and it's you can't
Is
even
it
see
really?
anything, dude. Yes, it's so dumb. You gotta get like a DVD or like a download of it. It's like all pixelated, you know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous. You literally can't watch that episode.
I mean, they
now.
put so many dicks on screen.
so many dicks. Yeah, that's top tier stuff, man. That's one of the television greats. K-pop junkie. Hey guys, hi K-pop. Good to see you. I seriously need to message you if I need to like activate alerts on your stuff on my phone so I could send you a message. We have that Kickstarter going. I guess I could promote that real fast as we kind of start to slowly sign off. But Apollo City Comics is running a Kickstarter. We have the found footage anthology right now. It's a horror book. We teamed up with Jade Louder from It's a Horror Show, and it's a phenomenal, 100+ pages. There's like 18 stories in it. It's all top tier stuff. It is beautiful. Our creator roster is out of control, including myself and Tanner, a story from Teenage Babylon, and Max did the lettering on it. And Max has a snippet of his book Family Man that was also kickstarting in March.
Yep. It's going to be right after the found footage anthology. So you can get your taste and then buy the book.
Yeah, we're really hyped about Family Man and the found footage anthology. We hit goal, but we're gonna be announcing some stretch tier rewards and everything, some cool things we're gonna throw in for everybody once we hit a certain number of backers and whatnot. So we're hyped about that. Super hyped about. You still have like 20 something days to back the book, so go support it if you can. You guys will really dig it. Yeah, K-pop, you would love that because it's horror stuff. You would go check out the Apollo City Comics page. It's all over it. And then you guys can also check out ApolloCityComics.com, where we have hats now. What do you know? You guys go buy a Apollo City Comics hat. Cool stuff. I should just run ads the last like 15 minutes of drawing every episode to fill in the dead air.
Really
Pre-record your ad
Yeah.
segment and
the
just play it.
stream, man.
Yeah. Honestly, just turn
Oh,
them on for a second. Blue line paper. Now at comicswellspring.com.
Sponsored by Apollo City Comics.
Blue line paper is great, and honestly, it's cost efficient. Not gonna lie, go ahead and compare prices. Like, dude, 24 sheets for $24, $24.99.
It's definitely less than I pay.
Yeah, I mean, dude, yeah, just order your comics and get your next paper all at the same time to start your next book. And no, we won't be affected by tariffs. We get our paper domestically mostly, so don't worry
That's
about those prices. Our bulk discounts just went higher, actually. We're actually discounting our books now more than ever. Have a bulk discounts with your crowdfunding discount. It's pretty dope. We have some great spot foil and hollow foil options to make your next book stand out.
Oh my god.
created a monster. Yeah.
It's just like automatic too. That's the disturbing part. Is how it just spills out of his mouth.
Oh my god.
I got my host voice down, that's why. It's because I record all the ads and like the voicemail stuff, so whenever you're on hold, you hear my voice. So, I've done this a lot. K-pop junkie sold. Doing my job. What time is it? Oh, it's one. Oh, dude, we still have like 9 minutes. Wow.
Whoa,
Or
that's
4
tons
minutes,
of
yeah.
time.
Yeah. Dude, you're killing it with the colors here. Let me zoom in on yours, Brandon.
I'm just trying to get some flats laid in really quick, just to give the people an idea of what it's going to look like at the end of the
Man,
day.
that's cool. That is cool. And John, Jeff, you're just keeping on adding. I love it. I love how you're still going at it. Dude, the blood looks sick.
Thanks, man. I'm going with the what is it? I just lost the name I was going for. Anyways, I was going to reference an artist that just builds layers and layers of whiteout and ink constantly. That's basically what I'm doing.
Sick.
Kelly Jones, there we go. That's the
Lee
artist I'm looking for.
Jones.
Okay.
Nice.
I heard him tell a story on a podcast about how he'll just like go over something with whiteout, then ink over it, then white it out, then ink it, then and do all that stuff to where like the paper is just physically heavy.
Oh wow.
With layers, and it's kind of
That's interesting.
it stuck with me. Thought it was cool.
Very cool, very tactile.
Yeah.
Artie Murphy. Hey, dude, Artie, guess what? We're booth buddies at IC3. You're literally right next to the Policy Comics booth. We're super hyped. We're gonna hang.
I gotta look up who my neighbors are this year.
Is that what Wayshack does too? He has that kind of style.
Sort of, yeah. Wayshack, I mean, he just like does like some messy stuff in the beginning and then cleans it all up afterward. But he's also got like a lot of stuff about like line economy, you know? Like he's just throwing down one line and it's describing so much. Wayshack's a really great artist. I love his work.
It's dope.
But he does do a lot of like the splatter and the whiteout and stuff. Following in the Bill Sienkiewicz camp of mixed media artists.
Apparently he says looking good, guys. Gents. Artie Murphy says, hell yeah, I've actually got a surprise gift for you too, Brandon. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Super hyped. It's gonna be a great time, dude. IC3 is gonna be wild. It's gonna be like a giant birthday party when you're like 5. You know what I mean?
It's just everybody, all the homies, just chilling. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah. Apollo City Comics is doing a document, or we're gonna attempt to do a documentary during that week because we have a pretty busy week lining up. I do this podcast like the Monday before, and then we launch a Kickstarter Tuesday before IC3, and it's only going to last a week.
Lord.
And we're doing an event at Four Color Fantasies on Wednesday, and then we're going to go promote our books in DC because I live in Winchester, so we're going to go DC for the day and promote our books, and IC3 on Thursday, drive up to IC3 Friday, IC3 at Friday night, and then Saturday, and then we start to drive home Sunday and Monday. We're just gonna like kind of do a. I was watching that Blink-182 documentary, the Urethra Chronicles, with my girlfriend. The Harder, Faster, Faster, Harder.
What do you think that means?
Huh?
So what do you think that means?
I got like super inspired by it. This is what I gotta do. It's amazing. Let me show Max this stuff. I didn't realize I was putting Jeff on the spot that long. Damn, Max, that looks great. Super, super cool stuff, dude. Jeff, do you want to promote anything real fast as we start to close out this session in a few minutes?
Like I said, towards the beginning of the show, I'll have advanced copies of the third issue of Skin of My Teeth at the at IC3. I'll have the new This Comic Kills Fascists anthology with me that you'll be dropping off directly to me at my table.
Yeah.
Couple other new anthologies I'm a part of, and that's that. I'll be hanging out at IC3. I just got my invoice for Heroes today as well, so I'll be hopefully at Heroes again. Check in with a couple people and kind of lock down plans for that, but I believe I'm doing that. And other than that, it's probably a couple other small things around the New England area, but mostly laying low for the rest of the year and just trying to get some comics done.
Nice. Super excited for Skin of My Teeth number 3, dude. Super, super cool stuff. Sweet, man. Max, you want to give some promos?
Yeah. Right now, we're in the pre-launch phase for Family Man. So if you go to my Instagram, there's a link in the description or in my bio there that'll take you right to the pre-launch page. So you'll be the first to notified when it goes live. We're gonna have all sorts of cool stuff. We'll have the standard book. We'll have ash cans and pencils and stuff. It's the test print that I've been doing. Really cool silent horror book. Friday the 13th meets The Incredibles. 48 pages of story, all done by me. So go check that out.
Super hyped. Brandon, you wanna
Yes,
promote
I
this
have
stuff?
many promos, as you might expect. Read new Mario Kart pages on Global Comics or Comic Fury, Nami Comic, wherever you get your digital comics. Subscribe to my newsletter, never miss a beat. I got a lot of things coming out this year. The Royal, which you can pick up a preview of at IC3. John's going to drop them off to me there, so hopefully that we'll be able to make that connection. But that's going to be an awesome comic. Actually, there's a Kickstarter launching tomorrow. I think it's supposed to be a surprise, but I'm going to ruin the surprise a little bit and let everybody know now. But Romance Radio, written by Rose God and drawn by me, my very first romance comic, is going to Kickstarter tomorrow. So that's a lot of fun. We're trying to make more of those. Rose is great. She's a DJ in LA. This is her first comic that she's written, and she's an absolute natural at it. It's really fantastic stuff. And I'd really love to do some more stuff with her. So definitely check out that Kickstarter. And come see me at IC3. I'll have tons of posters. I'll have tons of books. I'll have all the Mario Kira stuff. I'll have tons of like anime fan art and other cool things, 80s movies fan art. I'll have a Conan poster that you can pick up. So yeah, definitely come see me. Table C3.
Dude, love it. Super hyped, man. It came out great, dude. That sword is sick.
Thanks. A lot more to do
yeah.
on it, frankly, but I think I'm gonna stop because I'm kind of just picking away at it now.
I love that bubbly like stuff going on in the background. That's super rad.
Oh yeah, I try to do a little Kirby Crackle kind of thing, but maybe not quite as detailed as Kirby would have done it.
Yeah, dude, it works. I love it. It's super sick. Hyped, man. So hyped that we got you on the show. Well, we definitely got to bring you back.
I was really happy to be here. I'd definitely come back anytime. If you ever do a Hellboy episode, look me up.
Oh, dude, I need to redeem myself for Hellboy. So yeah, that sounds good. Sweet. Well, this has been a blast, guys. As always, and check out the CWS Blue Line paper available now. $24.99 for 24 sheets. Really good stuff. IC3 peeps. We're gonna give you guys a sample so you guys could try it out. We're trying to find more ways to help creators, and maybe saving some money is going to help you guys in the long run with paper. So yeah, well, and we're super excited to be doing Spilled Ink. We have some really exciting guests for next week that we're locking in, and we'll be bringing on more of our IC3 people as we continue on our road to IC3. Just a month away. Mind blowing. And you know what? Check out Apollo City Comics' current Kickstarter. It's a found footage anthology. It's a horror show found footage anthology. So tired. We actually made goals. Super excited, but continue to back it. We have some really cool incentives, some really cool offerings. Max has a story in it. I have a story in it. It's a super sick horror anthology. We can't be more hyped. And check out the trailer. You guys need to watch the trailer. If anything, just go watch the trailer. Like you'll be happy that you went to this Kickstarter page to watch the trailer. It is so good. So do yourself the favor, go watch it. And we did an episode of Jade Louder last week, so go check that out. And check out all the other Apollo City Comics books and merch now. Dude, we're getting merch. How cool. We're growing up on ApolloCityComics.com. You might need to do the www, not going to lie. For some reason that happens. But don't give up. Go support some indie comic, especially ours. And guys, thanks for hanging.
Hey, thanks for having us. And you were playing host all that and giving everybody else compliments, but I gotta say, yours kid's coming out really good. I would like to see the finished product when you get around to it.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I'll send you a picture. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm super hyped about this. I can't wait to if I don't watch Mad Men right now, draw more. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you.